What's up, ecosystem? Welcome back to ATI Auto Business. All right, there is no script here in that we never do a noon show on a Tuesday. It might be the first time ever, and I realize there may not be anybody here tuning in. I don't know what'll happen. But I do know this is that dealers deserve the attention of everybody else in automotive because of the movement of inventory and the services that feed in and out of the dealer's process. So this is Dealer Valentine's Day on ATI Auto Business, Tuesday Day Live special event. So thanks for taking the time to join us live and tune in or watch on demand or whatever you can do. Because if you think about it, here's what we do know is that service providers like Auto Transport, they love dealers for the repeat business. If you are, over time, let's say you start up a brokerage and you're a new carrier and you're picking loads off the load board or pulling loads off the lead generation sites. After a while, you're thinking, man, how do I really build repeat business? How do I build a running lane? Well, dealers and their trade-ins and their purchase lanes, even though they've changed some, there's been a lot of fluctuation. You can still learn to adapt to it and service them. In fact, since there's been so many changes, it's a pretty good time to find out what their needs are. So that is today's show. We're going to tune in with Ty. He's live at Oaks Kia with Chris Damico. Please do feel free. Oh, help me out. Click share, click copy, leave a like, whatever you can do. Really do appreciate that. Don't forget, you can check in with Ty, 417-483-2764. I'm going to put his number in the live chat. And yeah, I mean, because here's why we're doing the day show. Because for Valentine's Day, let's get out there. Let's celebrate Valentine's Day properly. Sit around watching my YouTube channel's probably not on the agenda. Just like Christmas and stuff like that is, you've got other things to do. So do I. So do me a favor, stick around after this. We're going to go into the live chat if there is any. If there's not, we'll move on to industry news, so stick around. We'll be right back.
Everybody wants to be part of a bigger story. Auto transport is a vital part of that story. Vehicle reconditioning starts when your transport arrives at the dealership. The story starts with you. For our auto retail customers, as yours, full satisfaction.
Ship Your Car Now presents Integrated Automotive Transportation Solutions. When your car buying customers are on your dealership website shopping for vehicles, they can easily find an instant shipping quote. By entering simple information, first name, last name, email, and phone number, delivery zip, delivery state, and clicking the button, Get Your Shipping Quote. Choose from express shipping, enclosed transport, and proceed to checkout. Review the order summary. Enter the delivery street address and city and click Next. Simply enter your credit card information just like any other online shopping cart. And when you're ready, click Review Your Shipping Order. Check your shipping order one more time and choose Proceed to Checkout. Your delivery is all set. If you want to ship your car now, go to Ship Your Car Now. Ship Your Car Now provides a full suite of vehicle shipping services for all types of businesses. That's why Ship Your Car Now offers trusted carriers good paying loads that pay fast. Visit shipyourcarnow.com. And as you saw in the ad, right, that's that missing puzzle piece at the end of, if you've got end-to-end full platform, you also have shipping. And Ship Your Car Now provides the ability through APIs and software to provide those shipping quotes to your customers seamlessly, right? Why? I was talking to Michelle at Ship Your Car Now yesterday. She's going to be on in March with the missing puzzle piece, and that is that there are many software opportunities, platforms that offer what's otherwise end-to-end, and they don't have shipping. Well, then you're not end-to-end, are you? If you're missing shipping. So stop missing shipping. Visit shipyourcarnow.com. All right, let's go into, I don't know. We have a live chat. We don't even have a live chat. That's okay. It's during the day. And I know, and I apologize too, that on the email blast, 2 email blasts go out every Tuesday morning. And one of them still said Tuesday night. Even if you go to, it says, it says night on the thing. So some people are going to maybe try, I'm sure somebody's going to try to tune in tonight, wonder where the show went to. Then they're going to see this, and then they're going to feel ripped off. And we're sorry. But celebrate Valentine's Day. Do something, spontaneous. So, and that's what this is all about, too. It's a spontaneous dealer Valentine's Day celebration situation. I know. Well, the good news is that we're going to get to tie faster. Instead of me eating up all the time. I am going to do a little bit of industry news. So, oh, hey, Renee Lowe is here. Thank you, Renee. Renee's saving me this party of one situation. We're going to go live with Ty. Ty is at Oaks Kia and talking about the dealer relationships with service vendors and whatnot. And so, and again, I know, it's far afield of the norm, but, well, that's what we specialize in here. Combining live education engagement in a meaningful way where we're not only educating folks in transportation verticals, but other automotive verticals as well. We did auctions last week. I'll tell you what, let's do this. Right after this, because I think the live chat, I'm going to close I'm going to leave the live chat open, but... And Renee, also, I sent you that article. Do me a favor out there. I'm going to share my email address. When you see interesting stuff, oh my gosh, I'm really glad I just said that, because send me stuff, autotransportintel@gmail.com. Mark Grodeke sent me a text this morning. We're going to share it tomorrow on Dispatching Live about scams on Central Dispatch. I didn't know about this, but apparently we're going to talk. I wonder if Sue knows about it, and Sue's been sending me stuff. Oh my gosh, we have so much to talk about tomorrow on Dispatching Live. But yeah, so there's scams on Central Dispatch. There are carriers posting fake loads looking for positive ratings. The whole thing's gone crazy. And at the same time, Central Dispatch is trying to improve its ratings process. Plus, oh my gosh, I don't know if you saw last Thursday's show where we're kind of diving into, what's this really all about. Then somebody sends me these articles about early Central Dispatch information, and wow. So we're going to check, man, tomorrow's going to be crazy on Dispatching Live. So join us for that. All right, let's do this. Let's go into, and mic check 1, 2, 3. The audio's okay. Let's go into industry news. I'll take a little bit of luck. Stick around right after this. We'll be right back.
Transport Auto Quoter is by far the leading auto quoting software on the market, and the only auto quoter with a pro version that comes preset with accurate pricing for anywhere in the U.S. So you don't have to worry about it. The best part is that no change with your current software is needed. Just plug TAQ in and start booking jobs. Carriers can easily plug TAQ into their current websites and start making money right away. I bet you're wondering how we do this instantly and accurately 24/7. Well, constant analytics is the key. Our Price Watch team is constantly monitoring current market conditions, paying close attention to seasonal and quick-moving industry changes. At the end of the day, it takes a lot of time and data to maintain good pricing, time that most of us just don't have on a daily basis. So free yourself up. Using TAQ Pro is really a no-brainer. Save time and money, maximizing your leads and optimizing your online investments. You'll finally be able to sleep well at night knowing that TAQ is on the job selling for you 24/7. Never missing a potential job.
Searching for that midnight auto shipping quote and new lead software you can trust? Provide instant, accurate quotes online with Transport Auto Quoter and move cars fast with Pro ABD CRM. Visit superflowsystems.com. Links in the live chat. Thanks, Chris. Appreciate that. Thanks for saying hello. Also, so something else that's happened here at the studio is I got a comment. I guess somebody was trying to listen to the podcast from last Friday, and the bell was driving them nuts, which I've wondered about. So I've muffled the bell. Hopefully you can still hear it. Let me know what you think of the bell now, but it's muffled. Is it still working? So I think it's working, but anyways, hopefully that helps, because I don't want to. And I'm happy, man. The last thing I want to do is lose people on the podcast. And Chris, speaking of dealers, what's happening? In fact, how about this? There's that news about CarMax and is it UVI? Have you seen a UVI system at a CarMax near you? How are you celebrating Dealer Valentine's Day? Let's go right there. Carlos Braxton, ACB Logistics. Carlos gets a muted bell. Okay. It's Dealer Valentine. It's Dealer Valentine's Day here on ATI. It's Tuesday nights live during the day, special live event. Everybody can celebrate Valentine's Day tonight the way they want to, right? Says some guy on YouTube talking to him. One of the things that we do, as dealers know, and as dealer services know, NADA show is the big show for dealers and dealer services. It doesn't get any bigger. Our live, you like the unmuted bell? See, I do too. I'm trying to figure out. I wonder if I can do can I do a semi-mute? I don't know. Chris says also stepdaughter and husband just delivered 5-pound baby boy. Great Valentine's Day. Wow, that is neat. Well, maybe, Renee, you'll get used to the muted bell, It's just a matter of getting used to it. I don't know. We're going to try it for a while. I just felt so bad. The guy left me this message on the Friday show saying he couldn't even listen to the show because he had headphones on. It was driving him nuts. See? I care. Hey, man. We've done shows where we court the consignor, and that led to Auction Remarketing Mavericks last Tuesday night. Dealer, auction, carrier, tech, and around it goes. That's why we always say go to the back of the store, the front of the store, the side of the store, top of the store. Learn it, live it, love it. It's a big ecosystem. And so on today's show, again, we're going to touch upon dealers and services as that relates to carriers, shippers, brokers. I don't know, should I have underlined auctions? Maybe OEMs. I don't know. I don't think we're talking about OEMs today, but we are talking about new cars. And that's one of the things. So as we join Ty here in about 10 minutes, Ty is with Chris Damico at Oaks Kia. And Chris wants to talk about new car supply chain and used car strategy. Car sales are slow, haven't really picked up much. Yeah, that matches what's happening on the load board. Same thing. Sue was saying how by now, the loads thaw out a little bit, the rates get a little better. There's been an uptick in volume, but not rates. And I know as we stare at the load boards and we move into dispatching live tomorrow, right, as we move into the spring and it doesn't get better, you get that, like that coin machine where it pushes the coins towards the edge, you start feeling like that quarter. And you don't want that. I love to point out, that fits right in line. There's no need to keep on promoting home delivery when right now people take any delivery. They'll take it. So, don't believe the hype. Leave the Chinese spy balloons where they are. Let's just get real. Speaking of, did you see this Rams premature electrification ad? Being called one of the Super Bowl's funniest commercials. Now, I got a copy of the ad, and I'd love to run it. And if you haven't seen it, go to YouTube and just type in premature electrification. And it's basically, if you haven't seen it, it's an ED ad, which is what? Erectile dysfunction, except it's premature electrification. God, it's so funny. I love that ad, and I watched it again this morning. It still made me laugh. Where you basically have wives sitting next to husbands complaining about start, stop, not enough power, not being able to finish the job. Oh my God. That is the best ad. And it fits right in line with, there's a lot of news about EV struggle, which I don't know if this gets pointed out as often. It's all been roses for EV, but EV drivers struggle with declining reliability of the charging network. The U.S. EV charging network is plagued by reliability issues, with at least 1 in 5 charging attempts by EV drivers failing. That's pretty rough. I realize we're going through the arc of adoption and whatnot, but this is important stuff to talk about. Yeah, it was. It really was. It was the best ad. Muted bell. Let's keep going. Many charging stations are aging, which, now that's weird. Really? They're already aging? But lack of routine maintenance and face software hiccups. Yeah, the thing is, yeah, and actually I read an article. There was an Australian company working on replaceable parts, so that if part of the EV charger breaks, the whole thing isn't broken. It can be easy. That's what's going to happen. It's going to have to be like a vending machine, easy peasy, 1, 2, 3 The number of failed charging attempts climbed from 15% in 2021. Here, let's go to the graph. EV drivers unable to charge at public chargers. I mean, look at that. Now I realize these are single-digit percentage increases, but that's pretty significant. That's a problem. And so as they spend more money, right, as they just dump cash into the global charging network, can we make more reliable chargers? And how about education? I mean, how do you even know how many gigawatts you need? Does anybody know? EV drivers have range anxiety from one charging station to the next, creating a new distraction. Well, do you have premature electrification? This is what makes this so interesting. Bank of America offers to bundle EV chargers with auto loans. That's a great idea. I've never heard of this before. And I don't know how it works. We don't have any details. I'm just going to read. Bank of America offering consumers the option of financing at-home EV chargers as part of their auto loans, anticipating demand for the products will increase as buyers turn away from gas-powered cars. Charging stations can cost $200 to $2,000. The average price of an EV exceeds $65,000. So yeah, there's a great opportunity there. That's awesome. Smart stuff. And of course, Ford is set to announce a $3.5 billion EV battery plant in Michigan. It's going to hold a news event at Ford Ion Park near Detroit. The plant would be near the intersection of I-69 and I-94. I guess it's currently a farm. 1,900 acres in Calhoun County, 10 miles east of Battle Creek. Look for it. Reynolds, CDK, Cox Automotive looking at acquisitions in 2023. Top DMS providers executives say they're looking to acquire new retail tech companies. This caught my eye, right? Mergers and acquisitions always catch the eye, but listen to this. Before we get to the real juice. Leaders of the 3 biggest retail tech companies. Now, 3 biggest retail tech companies. Okay, again, Reynolds and Reynolds, CDK, Cox Automotive. And in what order would you put those? I think Cox is first, then Reynolds and Reynolds, and then CDK, right? And Reynolds is right now they're saying they're going through a rebranding. I read that, not speculating. That's interesting. So the 3 biggest retail tech companies, what are they? Cox Automotive, Reynolds and Reynolds, CDK Global, and CDK also went through a purchase, I think. They're looking to buy other companies or products, or at least open to opportunities should they arise. While none offered any details of the 3, they'll likely target dealer management software technology that includes legal compliance, consumer data platforms, CDP, robotic process automation, and new vehicle inventory tools. The 3 legacy DMS providers have the benefit of thousands of existing paying dealer customers and are thus ideally positioned to acquire tuck-in acquisitions to cross-sell into their installed dealer base. Okay, but here's the nugget. What's more, tech startups face a challenging fundraising environment, which could increase pressure to sell to buyers such as the top 3 in their major dealership management systems. Many startups will face an unfriendly reception of raising funds this year. And for those who haven't been able to reduce costs and get their cash burn rate under control may be forced to liquidate and sell out. Now, maybe forced to liquidate and sell out is probably going to turn into a probably get forced to liquidate and sell out. So there is your new business takeaway. If you are seeing your burn rate rise, and Brian and I talked about this last Wednesday on Live Carrier Advice. This ain't the year to stop watching your burn rate. If you see your burn rate rising, rejigger before you have to sell. Right Way Auto Transport announces a name change to Right Way Transport Group. This is interesting. The company started off as a car hauling company, but has expanded to offer many different logistics services, from construction equipment to lumber to electronics to produce and seafood, which is what led to the name change. Now, if car hauling was so profitable, why would you expand and remove the word auto? I'm just asking the question. That's what I do here. Something to think about. SolutionWorks acquires Streamline Recon. Now, riddle me this. The announcement indicated SolutionWorks will be partnering with Texas-based automotive recon company faced on auto dealership market. Streamline Recon provides auto reconditioning services primarily for the franchise dealer market. Full suite of recon, paint, wheel repair, exterior paint, paintless dent repair, interior repair, detailing services. Why is this important? Do you remember last week we reported on a company, Velo, V-E-H-L-O, Velo Automotive, had acquired Rapid Recon and Velocity Automotive. So you've got that. Then you've got this announcement, which again is SolutionWorks acquires Streamline Recon. All right, well then I'm going to connect the dots here. Last year we did the War of the Auctions. Of course, that was because of a lawsuit. But this year we've got War of the Recon. Tell me I'm wrong. War of the Recon coming soon to a merger and acquisition near you. Let's keep an eye on this, because as repossession delinquency continues to go up, used car values drop a little bit, inventory's tight, we're going to see more recon become more important for more dealerships. Thus, War of the Recon. That's what I think we're seeing. All right. Do me a favor, send me an email, autotransportintel@gmail.com. Participate in the news. Let me know what's happening. If you see this, you're dealing with an ATI podcast, get the podcast. How do you get it? Jay, how do I get the podcast? Link in the live chat. Chris has got, let's see. Hey, also people how will want to throw money at them, premature deposits. Thank you, Chris. Excuse me there. It's ATI Auto Business. Wow. We're already almost 25 minutes into the show. That's awesome. Call or text Ty. We're in the app, AVC Dealer app. Auction V Commerce Dealer app. We're in the app. You can get on the App Store, Google Play. Learn more about auction, customer service, digital platforms. Always join us on Thursdays for Thermonuclear Thursdays. And tomorrow's going to be another doozy. Be sure to join us. Here, I'll put the link to... You need the link to tomorrow's show? Let's make it easy. Who likes easy peasy? Here is DL show link. And this, I'll put 2:15, and bam, there it is. So you can go ahead, click on it, and set your reminder so that pops up at noon tomorrow. You'll definitely want to tune in for that. Dealers, auctions, carriers. I think Ty is going to be live in Houston at Asset Resolutions with Brianna Cox and Corey. I think that's on Friday. I think so. I hope so. It's Car Ship Business Channel. My name is Jay. Okay, there's Ty. Okay, so Ty's waiting in the wings. Ty's like, really? Okay. All right, do me a favor. Stick around, because right after this, we're going to be live with Ty. Thank you so much. Happy Valentine's Day. We'll be right back.
McCollister's has been around for over 76 years, and we're known as providing our customers with high-level, white-glove, concierge-style services. We provide our customers solutions in both transportation, logistics, and warehousing.
We take a very different approach than most auto logistics companies. Our approach is one of being consultative and adaptive to the auto industry. Our approach saves time and money while providing tangible data, which helps improve processes.
McCollister's offers a unique tech solution which we call our AutoVista portal. It's a cloud-based solution. It provides the ability for our dealership partners to access it using any device they want whenever they need.
Most auto logistics companies just want to deliver your car. We want to do more than that. All of those measurements that are important to you to run your business and understand where your costs are, McCollister's AutoVista technology supports that.
Ship.Cars, intelligent car shipping made simple. An end-to-end vehicle delivery platform featuring AI damage inspection, search along route, and compliance documents. Manual inspection is time-consuming and prone to human error. Save time and money with our AI damage inspection tool. Automatically detect, classify all damages, and send a full damage report. SAR, Search Along Route feature. With a simple search, Ship.Cars helps carriers find available loads while on the road. Compliance documents automate the upload of important digital documents, saving time and reducing hassle. We're Ship.Cars, your transportation technology provider. Contact us today. AI damage inspection, search along route, digital compliance document upload. Ship.Cars intelligent car shipping tech is for dealers, auctions, and carriers. Visit Ship.Cars. Link in the live chat. All right, thank you so much for tuning in, saying hello on today's special event. Dealer Valentine's Day, man of the hour. Here we go. Hey, buddy, can you see me?
Yeah, can you see me?
I can see you. I can hear you. Oh, you're at Oaks Kia.
I'm at Oaks Kia in the transport parking lot. See
what are you doing there?
Everywhere?
Yeah, what's happening?
Well, Oaks Kia, we met Oaks Kia and Chris through Rapid Recon. I got a hold of Chris like Monday. I was like, hey, you care if we come over and love on you? Love the dealer? That's what we're all about. That's what I talk about a lot. He said, yeah, sure, come on over. So I'm at Oaks Kia. This is the Recon Center. We're getting ready to go inside the Recon. I don't know if you can see over there. Here, maybe I can give you a better picture. This is cool. I like this place.
Cool.
Okay, look way over there. See that?
Oh, yeah.
It says Kia.
Now, did you hear me talk about, I bet you didn't hear me talk about Recon Wars.
Yeah, I heard a little bit of it.
Oh, did you hear that?
Yeah.
So
Devo,
right.
and bought Rapid Recon, and they also have Velocity. So we're going to see who's got a better product, I guess.
Yeah, Velocity Automotive. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. So it's really interesting that you pointed that out. All right. And by the way, for anybody that just tuned in, why do we love the dealer? Why do you love the dealer? Why?
Me?
Why don't you hate the dealer? Yeah.
Oh, gosh. You're crazy if you hate the dealer, because if you think about it, if you're a service provider, whether that be a vendor of some kind, whether it's service or some kind of product technology, the deal, and I think a lot of people forget this, but the dealer, nothing happens without the dealer, right? I mean, the dealer is the guy who's buying the cars, selling the cars, reconning the cars, servicing the cars, selling the finance, the interest rates. Oh, look, sneak peek. I'm going to take you inside there in just a minute. But I love the dealer because that dealer always takes care of me. Hey, buddy, what do you do here? You see my buddy Jay?
Hey.
We're going to go in and talk to Chris. You know Chris?
Yes.
He's our friend.
Oh, Chris?
Yeah,
friend?
Chris is our friend. Yeah, total friend.
Okay.
Nice to see you.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thanks.
have a good day. Dealers, if you think about it, they're heavily invested in local community. I say that a lot. They give, very generous. You know, when we were in ADA, we ran into the Canine's companion. Remember Joe Verde? And he's auctioning off an electric motorcycle, actually. And the money from that motorcycle went to the canine companion. So pretty cool. But anyway, love the dealer. That's all I'm saying. They're the guys that take care of everybody and everything. Let's go inside and find Chris. Hey, buddy, you need to give a car?
No, I'm looking for Fiat.
Fiat.
It's not that one.
Who are you with?
I'm for pickup company.
Pickup company, you transport guy?
Yeah, transport guy.
You haul cars? This is my buddy Jay.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Hi.
Where'd you get the key from?
For that lady.
From the lady gave you a key? What color is it?
Well,
Yellow? There's a yellow car over here, yeah. Maybe, where's your rig?
I tried to park it from another side.
Oh, you're way over there. There's a Fiat and it's yellow.
Yeah.
Looks like a 2016. Is that what yours is?
That's 2016. Yeah.
2000. So do you have your own customers or you get it off the load board?
Yeah.
Load board?
I have him.
You have your own customers?
Yes.
Where are you from?
Chicago.
Chicago? How'd you get all the way down here?
Yeah, but I come into Pennsylvania.
You what?
I come into Pennsylvania.
Livonia?
Pennsylvania.
Oh, Pennsylvania. That's where you're from. I gotcha. Well, have a good day, buddy. Good to see you. All right.
Dude,
Transport
Carrier
guy.
Live. Are you kidding me? Carrier Live.
Carrier Live, sir.
You paid that guy to show up.
No.
You mean transporters go to dealerships?
And they pick up cars.
Get out of town.
And they drop cars off at a
That's
dealership.
good. Really?
Yeah.
Did he have to
Oaks
talk
Kia.
to?
Oaks
Did he
Kia
have?
in North Kansas City.
Okay, but here's the question: did people have to talk to each other?
Yeah, remember he said he got I said, where'd you get the keys? He said from a lady inside.
From a lady, not a robot. He didn't get it from like a vending machine or a digital skid
No.
steer or something. A
You
person.
see where I'm at now? This is the Recon shop. We've been
Take
in
it
here
away.
before. There's Chris right there. Hey, Chris.
How's it going?
Good. We just met a car hauler guy.
Chris
outside,
Damico.
so we had to talk to him. Yeah. Chris Damico, Oaks Kia. Tell us your title again.
I'm the fixed operations director here.
Fixed operations director here, and you have another store too.
We have Ford in Pleasanton, Kansas, as well as Mitsubishi off State Avenue in Kansas.
Oh,
So
wow.
close, 9 miles from here.
So you're in charge of all three,
Yes.
the recondition of all of it.
Yep. I'll recon in both, parts and service in both, all three. Actually, yeah. So, got about. I checked this morning between the three. I think we got 500 used cars in the inventory, right around there. It's a lot.
That's a freaking lot of used
Yeah,
car
a lot.
inventory. Well, you want to go in and tell us?
Sure.
We were going to talk about supply chain of new vehicles, I think, right?
Yeah.
This is cool in here. I love this place. It's just fun. What I do with my stick thing. Okay. Oh, there it is.
If you're just joining
We're gonna go
us,
into-
Ty is live at Oaks Kia with Chris D'Amico, Fixed Ops Director. It's a special dealer Valentine's Day edition here on ATI because you know what? Hopefully tonight, do something
Dealer
spontaneous.
Valentine's Day. You got
Have a
Valentine's
good
Day
Valentine's Day.
plans?
Yeah.
I not really. I've been married 24 years.
There you go.
Not really. What the? Uh-oh.
Well, maybe
Hold on.
maybe we'll inspire somebody to go ahead and
There we go.
pick up some flowers
Got it.
or a card or something, and spice it up.
Okay. Here we go. I think we got it all straight now, Jay.
Great.
How's that? Can you see us all right?
Yeah, looks good. Take it away.
And you can hear us. All right. So
Yeah.
Chris was cool enough to let us come by. We love Oaks Kia. We love promoting Oaks Kia whenever we can. We talk about our show all the time. With that first time that I came on,
I've watched it a few times. Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
one of my favorites. So thanks again for
No,
letting
thank
us
you
come and
guys.
bother
Thank
you.
you guys for coming. Anytime we can share a little bit about what we're doing in this business, we'd be happy to do so.
Well, the thing I like talking to you is you're really smart and you know a lot.
I don't know about that.
No, I think so because you start talking about new car supply, right?
Yeah.
And you're the used car guy. So why does a used car guy follow new car supply?
Well, I mean, again, everything works together at a dealership, right? So if we get a used car purchase, then typically we get a trade, right, which drives Recon, and then we try to get that car through the reconnaissance process to get it to market as quickly as possible, as we discussed last time you guys were here, with the mantra of key to key, right? And
Key to key. We like that one.
yeah. So and we'd prefer to work off of trade, rather than purchase vehicle in the lane. But it doesn't always work that way, depending on how much inventory you want to move. But if you do a new car if someone does a new car purchase, typically I would say 40% of the time, especially at this store, they have a trade.
40%. So a guy coming in for a new car,
Yeah.
40% of the time he's going to have a car he wants to, let's do some
Yes.
wheeling and dealing.
Yes.
40%, that's a pretty significant number.
It is. It's an excellent number for this store, to where, like, for instance, at Mitsubishi, it's considerably lower. You know, it could be less than 15% of the time that you get a trade. A lot of those deals are cash deals. On the new side, it's just a different type of market. It's a different vehicle, right? Completely. And right now, Kia is just on a tidal wave run as far as new cars go. I mean, they're outselling everybody, including Toyota, which is crazy. It's crazy, right? Yeah. So, I mean, it's just been a monumental run. And when you do those things with new cars, and they've done a pretty good job at keeping the supply chain, you know, consistent, not what it used to be, but pretty consistent, which has allowed us to continue for the health of the store to post up record months and have this thing all work together the way it should.
So, so there's something intriguing to me, because I drive by, look at new car store inventory. So when I'm driving down the road at 70 miles an hour, I'm trying to see how many new cars that
Right.
is. Honda's my favorite. I always pick on Honda,
Yeah.
because you can drive by any Honda store and you see maybe 3
Yeah.
new Hondas, and they're tucked in the back because they're already sold.
Yep.
So you and I were talking earlier. I'm an impulse buyer. If I see it, if I like it, if it's there, I can touch it. Let's make a deal.
Right.
Let's work something out. So I think we were talking earlier a little bit about there is something to that.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So explain that.
Well, I mean, transparency still means something, right? That's the first thing. So if you say you have the vehicle, you need to have the vehicle, right? It has to be available. There's been some of that that's gone on in the industry where, you know, on internet websites and whatnot, stuff that's posted is not actually there, and people are expecting that it is. The old adage of bumpers still sell cars, you know, is the reality of this situation. We don't have people walking lots like we used to. I mean, we kind of discussed this last time. There's not a lot of Sunday lot walks going on like there used to be back in the day. You know, when I was a kid, my dad would take me and we'd walk the GM lots and whatnot, look at the new cars, you know. That doesn't happen very much because of the availability of the internet, you know, and so many different methods of contact on the internet. You know, our inventory is posted all over third-party vendor websites, right? Not just ours. So you can see the cars everywhere. What's given us a tremendous advantage is 9 times out of 10, we actually have what we've posted, which ultimately that leads to the transaction, because you have to have the widget, right?
Right.
Even if you're delivering it, like we have a process now where you could buy a car from us and we would deliver the car to your driveway, but we still have to have the car, or you join us here, you know, and purchase live at the store, right? And again, in all fairness, I feel like Kia as a factory did a pretty good job at keeping us the supply chain as consistent as they could within reason, you know, with everything that was going on. But now you can see, for instance, if I compare 2 stores, like my Ford inventory is still way off, right? Like probably 80% off, you know, where I'd like it to be. Here, you know, on last month we sold 139 new cars, right? We had to have those cars to sell them. So Kia has gotten back into the supply chain much more quickly than, i.e., some of the domestic brands. It's easy for me to compare it to Ford because I have that store, right? And I know that even some of the bigger Ford dealerships in the metro area, they're feeling the same pain.
They are. Well, that brings up another good point, because I drive by Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep. They seem to be packed. Is that true?
Stellantis has done a pretty good job at keeping their inventory up. Actually, a very good friend of mine in the industry is the fixed operations director for Olathe Dodge and Lee Summit Dodge, which typically would lead in sales, you know, in the metro area. And their supply chain has been better, yes, than I think GM and Ford both. There's a lot of reasons why, you know, you had to have the chips in order to finish the vehicles. Some of these vehicles have 100 or 200 of them on each vehicle. So whoever your supplier is, you know, you're kind of at their beck and call. In other words, if they get it for you, you can sell the car and make the transaction. If not, you're still waiting, you know. funny story for you. I mean, there's Ford trucks packed all over the metro area. Everybody knows this, right?
Oh yeah,
right.
and the big fields.
Right. So just a few weeks ago, I'm not going to name any names, but a gentleman that I know in the industry has a mobile service company, and he landed one of the accounts to try to start servicing the vehicles that are on the lots, right?
Mm-hmm.
And in 9 days, my Ford store sold 361 Motorcraft batteries. Because I sold them to him to do the mobile service on the trucks that are now dead on these lots, right? And the funny thing about it is the head Motorcraft representative, he actually called me on my cell phone. I don't know this gentleman, but he called me on my cell phone, and he said, "I need to know if you're trying to corner the market on Motorcraft batteries." I said, "No, I'm not." I said, I'm selling them as they come in. They're going out. And he said, "Well, where?" And I said, "Well, I'm putting them in your trucks." So that was kind of a funny conversation, you know. And he was there was a brief pause, and then he was like, "I'm going to call a couple guys from National and have a discussion." I said, "Yeah, you should do that."
That's hilarious. So yeah, and there are. I've seen them. Jay's seen them up here in the Kansas City metro.
No, it's really
They're
strange.
everywhere.
There are, and they move at night.
Work? Yeah, how do they get them? Yeah, he said they move at night, but
yeah.
How do you're a Ford guy, you need Ford trucks. You know they're sitting around Kansas City. How do you no way to figure out, you just sit there and wait?
There's not, I mean, the allocation factor and how it works is still the same, right? So in other words, you earn this many units and it's their job to try to provide them. At this point, right, the dealer is going to say they're not holding up their end of the deal, correct? Because we have to have the vehicles to be able to sell them. But Ford is in a position where they're I mean, anybody that's watching and paying attention, they're trying to remarket as well. I mean, they really are. They got a lot of focus on the EV platform. They just made a huge deal recently with a supplier to do all the batteries, right? Mm-hmm. So I mean, and the CFO of Ford right now, he's made it abundantly clear, you know, that's what they're after.
Jim?
I mean, yes.
Farley?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, and they're even doing things advertising wise to say that they're moving into that platform. And they signed a deal with F1. I don't know if you know that, but they signed a deal with F1. So in 2017, Red Bull will actually run Ford engines, Ford, and then the hybrid side will be Ford provided as well. Because they're going to go to a hybrid clean fuel type of system in F1. I think it's in 27, and Ford got the deal. So, I mean, that's massive, right? I mean, F1 is the benchmark of motorsports racing, right? It just is. It's on a world platform. So when you look at things like that and their commitment to a clean energy vehicle, I mean, that's definitely where their focus is right now.
Some of the Ford franchise owners, I don't know what you call that. What do you call that? Principals?
Dealer principals. Yeah, managing partners.
Maybe not too happy with some of Ford's stuff right now.
I think it's just been a massive challenge, right? They'd like a lot of buy-in on the EV platform, which, again, comparatively speaking, we have it here with Kia, right? But we have 5 models in market. I mean, we have tangible cars. You know, we have the EV6, we have the Soul, we have the Nero, right? These,
way ahead.
These are available for purchase, right?
On the lot.
Right. So then, and I think when you have that, excuse me, you're going to get, the dealer's going to get a little bit more interested in making the financial commitment for special tools and charging stations and all these things that go with EV, right? And training as well, because they have the vehicles to sell. Unfortunately, Ford's got the same problem with the electric vehicle that they have with the combustion engine right now. They can't produce me a car, you know, to make a transaction. I mean, that's how we started this conversation, right? So, well, yes, it's been frustrating.
So that goes to, let's use your Ford store, for example. So you got, I don't know, you got a couple new units.
Correct, 9.
9 new units on the lot. So as the dealer, the guy who's trying to operate and run this thing, you shift, don't you? Make a shift.
Yeah, you have to, and honestly, that's more of a destination store. Like I talked to Kyle out in Blue Springs, who's the fixed operations director out there, and like their inventory supply chain, you know, is a massive issue because they're used to selling a whole lot of vehicles, right? And as well in the commercial market. So eventually, the lag of that's going to affect his fixed operations performance, right?
Oh man.
For us, we're smaller. So it doesn't make as big a blip on the screen, right, as it will for him. He needs those units in operation to continue to have traction and fixed, right? To where here we actually outsold, year over year, we've continually outsold from the time Dan took control of the store. I think it was like he got it on the acquisition in 19, but like year after year, we've sold more and more cars. I mean, last month they led the district, right? They sold 139 new ones, as I said, and even better than that, they sold 128 used ones.
128 years, 139 new.
Right.
Jeez.
Yeah. So I mean, and as you guys know,
that's great.
For you guys transporting vehicles and us fixing cars and fixed, I mean, that's what makes the wheels on the bus go round, right?
Yeah. Dan's last name Oaks.
Dan Oaks, yeah.
Dan Oaks. He's the owner of Oaks Kia.
All three, yeah.
Ford,
Mitsubishi.
Ford, right?
Yeah.
Metro. We'll call it metro area.
Started out as a used car guy. Really used car dealer rate of the year for like 2 or 3 consecutive years. He was new car dealer rate of the year last year, here, which was kind of cool. But a really big skill set on the used car process, as Ty and I were discussing before we came on live. I mean, this volatility in that market right now is still crazy.
It is. One day you see the used car market report, it says, they're going up.
Yeah.
And then tomorrow you get another post, they're going down.
Yeah.
I mean, you see that too?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, I remember back in the day, you'd watch it every 6 weeks. Now you want to look at it every 6 minutes, right? It's
like the stock market.
I was just saying, it's like the stock market. Exactly.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, you're sitting there trying to figure out which way this thing's going today.
For sure.
Which makes it hard, especially if you're light on new car inventory in a particular brand.
I think so. Yeah. I mean, like, for instance, at the Ford store, it's a big challenge, right? And even at Mitsubishi, because, at Mitsubishi, we probably have 89 used cars. We'd like to be stocked around 100 on a consistent basis, right?
Yeah.
But in order for us to float the boat, that's the lion's share of what we're going to do. I mean, it's no surprise. I mean, I looked up Mitsubishi's market share yesterday, and it was 0.5%, right? So it's a lot tougher, and you can't get the car.
And the new car.
With them, right? Yeah. So
is theirs that bad too?
Yes.
Really?
Surprisingly enough, it has been. They've not been able to produce as many vehicles.
And probably in the last 5, maybe 10 years max, Mitsubishi's kind of come out and tried to kind of rebrand their name.
Hey, they won some big stuff with the Outlander. A bunch of JD Power awards and as far as the reliability and warranty, I mean they have a 560 bumper to bumper and then a 10100 powertrain. So they have some, and again they're starting to, with the release of the Outlander, like they're starting their infotainment system and so on and so forth has come a long way. But again, guys, it really comes down to the fact that we absolutely have to have vehicles in order to make this thing work. And when you think about the used car game, it's, as you said, you're constantly having to pivot, and you got to really be on top of it if you want to be successful. I like it.
You eat this stuff up. He's telling me he goes home after work. Usually, like, it might be slow this time of year, or sometime he goes home at night to do the work that he would normally say.
Well, it's like I was telling Ty, you got some peaks and valleys in fixed operations as far as what the months were that were the best months. And I can't recall any time in 20 years that we've been on a 22-month run, barring the little COVID lockdown deal or whatever. But I mean, other than that, it's like month in and month out. It's just been crazy. I mean, you could service as many cars as you could get in and out of your shop because the demand has just been so high to where, we had months where we didn't do quite as good. For instance, I was telling Ty in January. Typically, January wasn't the greatest month in the world, so you could kind of, you were reorganizing your strategy, trying to hit your goals for the next year, and then you were adding software and doing process and so on and so forth. And now it doesn't make any difference. We had a record month of fixed operations in January. So I mean,
I wanted
it's
to
crazy.
ask.
Jay wants to ask you a question.
So, given all that activity, how's your workflow doing?
Given all that activity, how's your workflow doing?
I think it's good, man. I mean, we have some software here that helps us, as we discussed in a prior show. Obviously, we have a partnership with Rapid Recon, which on the used car side works great. It also works for the guys in sales as well. They're able to figure out where the cars are in the process. as well as what we've done to them, by looking at the reconnaissance reports. We have that. Then for the customer traffic, we use Xtime, which is a software for scheduling and inspection. So availability is everything right now. I mean, I think you guys realize this. And we got more guys coming back to work now, right? And we've been kind of spoiled there because I had a big Rolodex of people, and they were committed to work pretty much no matter what, which I praise them for every day. But the reality is we've added some new talent. But I'd say we got some pretty good software to keep that flow going on a consistent basis. I believe that's part of our advantage. Like you call us, we'll probably tell you 3 or 4 days. You call somebody else, they might tell you 3 or 4 weeks.
Ooh, that's true.
Right.
Crazy true. I look at Oaks Key and Dan as kind of progressive in technology and in making the operation smooth and work better and faster. I think one time we had brought it up, but acquiring used car inventory, sourcing is maybe the word, I don't know which word to use, acquiring, sourcing. So where do you find used inventory?
I think they're still finding a considerable amount of it in the lane. I mean, whatever we can. For instance, at Ford, we've had to stock our inventory based on purchase, right? Because we don't have trade-in, because we don't have new cars. And then Mitsubishi, kind of the same situation. So I think that between him and he has one used car director here, as well as a few guys that I think buy for him as well, alternatively. I think they do a pretty good job at purchasing cars, I will tell you this, I feel like the quality of the vehicle that we're receiving in the lane is not near what it used to be, which you can definitely tell the difference, in the cars that you're buying, which means you're going to have to get them through the system here, and they're going to have more stuff wrong with them.
We saw that statistically. The statistics
We've seen
bear out what you say. Higher mileage, lower grade.
Higher mileage, low grade.
Yeah.
Now, when you say in lane, I'm assuming that's equal to trade-in and service. Is that?
No, I would say more, again, like here we have an unfair advantage because 40% trade-in, we're sourcing our own vehicle. The other two stores would probably be, 10 or 15% on trade-in and the rest on what we're buying in the lane, right? Whether it be Mannheim or I-70 or whatever.
Auction.
Right, auction. And sometimes, and other times it's in different states, right? It's just, the availability of being able to buy online has been good, but in the same sense, you're not able to physically look at every car.
So
that, yeah.
In acquiring,
hold on, you can.
Oh, okay.
Jay likes it when he can talk.
Thanks very much. If you're just joining us, we're in our final portion of today's special Dealer Valentine's Day segment. We're live with Chris Damico at Oaks Kia. So the question is, you're buying vehicles in lane to help resource inventory. Has anything changed logistics-wise in that, in the past few years? Are you still using the same companies for transportation? Do you have anything? Do you have anything to add on that? I'm just curious.
I would say I think that they have familiarity with a few people, right? And they've stuck with those people. But I will say that I also feel like that their arrival time of the vehicles that they're purchasing better now, but there was a time when I would say there was some lag that we weren't used to. And we're told cars are going to be here, and then 3 days later, maybe they arrive. I think it's better now than what it used to be. To be completely honest, I don't know who they use. I don't.
Sure.
But there's a wide array of characters that beckon my door, from overhead hauler to a guy that's got a pickup truck and one car. I wasn't used to those types of things, and I began to see a lot of those types of things, right?
So, all right, so following that, who at the dealership does know about this? And
it's Brian Hall, our used car director.
What's the title? Used car director. Is that
he's
it?
the used car director,
okay. So this is I'm feeding some knowledge to somebody at home. All right, so the used car director might be the person to talk to at the dealership. And what could the question be? Are you getting your cars on time?
Yeah, most definitely.
All right. So just that right there. Hi, Can I talk to the used car director?
Yeah.
Right? I've just got one question. Are you getting your cars on time? And I'll get out of your hair. I'll be gone forever. You'll never see me again.
I mean, the last thing, and you know this, I mean, price becomes a factor, right? Because we know that the destination fees is factored into the whole deal, right? Because we're tied to that $500 or $600 roll. What is it? Whatever it is per unit at this point. I don't even know what it is. But is that being evaluated? Well, yeah. But if I'm looking at you now as a fixed operations director and telling you that that really doesn't matter, because if you have the right car and you have it before everyone else, then it doesn't matter, right? It just doesn't. The time still is much more of a factor than price if you have the right vehicle. Now, if you're purchasing the wrong car in the lane, you know, that's a whole different story. And we could go on for another hour. I don't want to. I'm not the used car director. You know what I mean? So
well, it's interesting, and so that's another thing is that the sweet spot here. If you're dealing, I've always believed if you're dealing with like a heavily used low grade vehicle, almost salvage, you're not gonna get a good rate because there's not a whole lot of money in this thing.
Right.
So you want to haul lightly used cars where there's more money in them, and if you can do an amazing job for that extra 50% bump in rate, that's your sweet spot.
Yeah, and again, like I say, I don't think any director that was quality director, or let's say A player, would have any problem with that, because they understand how this works at this point. It's that simple. You know, we just 10 minutes ago we were talking about the quality of the car you're purchasing in the lane. Well, there's a reason that they're miled out, because they can't find any new ones to buy, right? I'm doing the same thing in service on the Kia side. Like if I look at the average miles on my car today, this month, year over year, it'll be higher. And it's going to continue to be higher until the supply chain comes back where people actually purchase new cars. And what's factoring into it now as well is like they don't want to buy because they feel like the price is high, right? So they're keeping putting miles on them. So there you have it. I mean, this thing all works together. But as far as the transport industry, I'm not an expert in that, don't claim to be. But I do know that any used car director that was on his or her game, would be looking to get the vehicles to the destination as quickly as possible. And if the price were a little bit higher, I don't think you get any balking at all.
Can you give an estimate of the years of the vehicles that are, I'm trying to understand the years, the range of years of the vehicles that are like moving the best or the highest profitability? For example, when I see
the $20,000 car, I mean, the $20,000 car.
What year
is the
do you have?
car on the market.
Do you have a year range on that?
Not really. You know, honestly, Jay, it's price point, man.
Yeah.
You know, if you're trying to whittle down your whole used car inventory to have a $20,000 average, right? If you have the $25,000 average and you got your car's priced to market, you're going to have traffic, right? And so, but again, finding that car in the lane, right?
Okay.
Right.
Or at
yeah.
the auction.
Or in the auction. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
It's right now. It's very, very hard to find that vehicle in the lane. It just is.
Well, then there's the factor of, man, if I buy it, I'm the guy that owns it now. Did I pay too much? And watching this market up and down, you kind of get a little. I mean, how do you deal with that?
But as transport guys, price does move everything. I'm not gonna lie. And like your price point, if you reprice cars every week, could be every 3 days at this point. And where your price to market is gonna bring activity to your business development and so on and so forth, right?
So if the buyer got whacked on buy fees from the auction, there ain't no money left.
That's right.
So maybe start looking for the auctions that aren't killing people on fees.
Yeah. That's a good point. I mean,
did I just say that? I'm sorry.
Yeah, you did say. No, you're right. I mean, and again, we're making decisions based on that, right? So I mean, if we're going to buy the Escalade for $78,000, it's a one model year old. We know we're not going to make a whole bunch of money on the front of this car, probably, right? But what I think everybody has to understand is the dealer wants the activity for everything else as well. Mm-hmm. They can sell warranty. They can sell lifetime service contract. They can sell all kinds of different things for these vehicles, right? So they're still looking for a transaction. Mm-hmm. It's just, is it the right car? That's the thing. If you're going to make a commitment to inflate your overall inventory, because that's driving your average number up, right? then it has to be the right car. If it's the wrong car, you own it for 90 days and then you lose when you try to wheel it out, right? It's not easy right now. I'm telling you, it's not easy.
Made me think of a saying I heard a long time ago. If you want to live with the classes, sell to the masses.
It's true.
It's true.
But on the transport side, honestly, I mean, I just feel like I think the customer will pay a little bit more to do business with me in the service lane, for instance.
Mm-hmm.
You know why? Because I tell them I can get it done in the next 3 days. So if you looked at them in transport and said, I can get you your cars 2 or 3 days faster than this guy, and you know the volatility in the used car market right now, then you'd have a tremendous advantage, wouldn't you? I mean,
yeah.
I don't know.
No, absolutely.
I just think you would.
We're bringing Chris over from fixed shops to transportation, Jay.
That's it. It's happening live.
Jay's like, I don't need another green pea. That's the last thing I need.
Well, this has been pretty cool in that it's kind of like Cars on the Move. It's Dealer Valentine's Day, and we're, you gave us, that I know why Ty likes talking to you, because just hearing you talk really makes us think about a lot of different aspects of the car business, which affects the other parts of our industry.
For sure.
Yeah, and it's
absolutely,
and it's Ty, because I asked a really tough question earlier. Why not hate the dealer? We know a couple guys. We know a couple guys that hate the dealer, and Ty answered it really well. Why not hate the dealer, Chris?
Well, I mean, I think your presumption there would probably be pretty consistent from most vendors across the board, and the reason is the dealer's always beating on you for price, right? Always. It doesn't make any difference what the third party vendor's doing for us. They're always beating on them for price. I would challenge any vendor when it comes to Oaks to say that that's consistent. We have a specific group of vendors that do quality work in a timely fashion for us, and we don't mind paying a little bit more if they get it done. I mean, that's Dan Oaks in a nutshell, so you guys know.
Yeah.
I mean, that when you look around here, it's like, who's going to inventory 170 used cars right now? Not too many people, right? But you're talking about a guy that understands, hey, if I got to take a little shorter front to keep everything going here, to keep my business healthy, to keep my people employed, to keep my vendors working on dents and dings and scratches and all the stuff that they do, right? He wants to continue the business relationship with these people. It's no different than, we don't do any business with Enterprise anymore because we have our own rental car company, right? But like, he comes to me sometimes and says, what can we do for him up there? They had a bunch of catalytic converters stolen on cars. Can we help him out a little bit? Because he's still purchasing cars from Enterprise, right? Mm-hmm. So he still has a business relationship with them as a vendor, Yeah. But yes, you're right, Jay. I mean, the dealer has a nasty reputation of beating everybody's head in, right, when it comes to price. And then the best part is then they want priority.
Yeah.
This is what he and I said early on. If we want priority, we can't expect wholesale prices.
Yeah. But that goes with knowing your customers. See, I said, what's a dealer do every day? He buys cars and he sells cars. What's in the middle of that?
Right.
It's negotiation.
Sure.
It's dialogue. It's back and forth. And when any vendor, I come from transportation, but any vendor, when you're going into a dealer, if you don't understand this up front, you're going to get destroyed.
More than likely, yes.
You're going to walk out with what?
But let's face it, guys. Less now than ever.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many ways to express your discontent on social media platforms and evaluation sites of performance and so on and so forth. I mean, so the voice is louder than ever now, right? Because no business can afford to have negative reviews, right? So there is more transparency in this.
Carriers apparently can.
Well, I mean,
that's where this goes. Goes around is that actually the ratings and reviews is a big part of the revamp of the #1 load board in auto transport right now. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's right. Reviews go a long way, and it's really important stuff. So that's why I'm sure Oaks treats customers pretty well.
Yeah, again, and like I say, we're striving to get the positive feedback as well, because that's the hardest feedback to get, right? So my business development center is actively seeking out the positive review, whether it be through the manufacturer or Google or Yelp or whatever the case may be, right? it drives the bus at this point, right? We completely understand that. And you have all these people that are evaluating whether they're going to come do business with you based off some of these media platforms. So yes, we have specific people in place that are aggressively pursuing this. It's easy for a person to get on there that you made a mistake with and let everybody know that you didn't do a very good job, right? It's super hard to get it out of the person that's been here 10 times and they love you 10 out of 10. And you're asking them every time.
Totally true.
Right. It is true, man.
You never have to ask to get a negative review.
Correct.
You might have to ask 5 times to get the positive review. It's crazy.
But honestly, we've done the simple things. Yeah. I mean, people want. We've had contests to give away Amazon gift card. You know, we've done things for like, you know, we're going to evaluate how many people did a Google review in parts and service, and then we're going to give away 3 full tanks of gas when fuel was $5 a gallon, right? So I just think that that's what interests people today. Yeah. It's not necessarily you're giving them something for free, but they're spurred on to do the little extra because you're going the extra mile for them, right? And in today's business, I think that means everything. Maybe we got it all wrong. I feel like he's got it all right. I feel like a lot of these things he's taught me because we're 15 years apart, right? I'm 52 and he's a lot younger. I won't give up how old he is, but he's younger. And so, you know, some of these things that he's explained to me, it's like the light bulb starts going off in your head. And when I have the opportunity to have my people do better here within, as well as serve the people that are coming to our door in a better capacity, I'm all in, man. That's why I started this business, was to help people, you know, people that needed help with their vehicles as well as my people, try to give them the best chance at doing well every day as we can. And again, in 20 years of doing this, I did it with some big companies, Landers McClarty Corporation, Van Tile for a while, which is now Berkshire Hathaway. I'm happier now than I've ever been with this guy. I think he's a wonderful, wonderful human being and a really, really sharp character.
Man, it sounds like a great place to work too. That's awesome. That's really awesome. So I guess what I'll say is we're overtime a little bit, which is great. This has really been fun. I'll hand it back to Ty with final thoughts. Anything you guys want to talk about, and then we'll wrap up, land this plane.
No, thank you guys again, and I'll let Ty finish up with you. And anytime you guys want to come back, you're welcome. You know, and if you want to talk to other people or whatever, we can involve other people, service managers, parts directors. We could get the used car director. We could get Brian. He can. Brian's a pretty unique individual as well. Like he had a lot of years with CarMax. Okay. So he understands what volume looks like, obviously, right? Yeah. And so he's teaching me that side, and I'm teaching him the dealership side. We work pretty well together, and I think he'd enjoy talking with you guys. So if you're interested, let me know, and we'll get him sat down with you.
Well,
absolutely.
One of the things I'd like to say is if you're a random retail person in Kansas City area, metro area, Oaks Kia. It really is a friendly. I haven't ran into anyone. I've ran into people out in the parking lot. Hey, how you doing? A couple of the Oaks Q I met.
Oh yeah.
Everybody's really friendly. You really can feel a difference here.
They don't mind coming to work every day, and we probably got a little unfair advantage right now that the Chiefs won the Super Bowl again. They're probably a little bit more happy than normal, right? but we'll take it.
We'll take it. That's great, Chris. I'm not going to take any more of your time.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you so much. So I guess we're wrapping up. Thanks again, Chris. Thank you so much. If we're just wrapping up our dealer Valentine's Day special edition of ATI Auto Business, that way we're freeing up the evening. If you are a regular of this show, you can enjoy Valentine's Day in whatever way you want to. Do that. Do something spontaneous. Go buy a flower. Go buy a card. Get some chocolate. And you know what? If you don't have that special, co-pilot, give some chocolate or a flower to a dealer. Just get out there and give a flower to a dealer. Will you be my Valentine? Can I haul your cars? Is that crazy?
That's crazy. Well, I absolutely love Oaks Kia. Chris, really thankful to Rapid Recon for putting this together.
To embrace
it sounds like we can come back.
Take you in. Yeah, no, that is awesome. We're going to take him up on that. We are big fans of Oaks Kia. That's awesome.
Yeah. We can talk to anybody at Oaks Kia. We'll do it all day long. Great people. Chris is so smart, and just hearing him talk about his relationship with Dan, that's real. I mean, I've talked to a lot of stops guys,
I hope we
a
get
lot
to
of
meet
service
Dan.
guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool too to
That'd
meet
be
Dan
cool.
one day.
That'd be
like,
really cool.
"Whoa, I met the guy that owns the Kia store."
We could do a Cars on the Move at Dan. What was the name of the guy he mentioned?
Brian, the used car director.
Okay, Brian is the used car director. Great.
Oh, they got their own van.
Fantastic. And that was really interesting what he said about the rental cars. They got their own rental
Yeah.
unit? Wow.
Oaks Kia is where it's at. Kia's making moves. We talk about Hyundai Glovis. We talk about Glovis and transportation.
Yeah.
They're talking about auctions these days, maybe owning their own auction. I think they've actually bought one. But
Wow.
Kia is really progressive. I don't know if you know this, but did you know they rebranded their Kia emblem?
So, I mean, I've seen that. I did know that. There was even a little bit of a question about the logo, like,
I would drive a Kia all day long.
people were.
Especially this Kia. Look at this Kia.
So there was something like.
They redesigned it.
So.
It used to be like kind of an oval, and it said Kia, like you could read it.
And I think I read that somebody was trying to Google.
Oh, here's the old one right here. See, that's the old Kia.
So somebody was trying to Google KN. Go back to the other logo. Yeah. Somebody was like, "Yeah, I want to get one of them KN cars."
It's a backwards N. KN backwards.
But it's Kia.
It's Kia.
It's not KN.
Yeah, it says Kia. Kia. K-I-A. Kia.
Yeah. It's not K. Yeah.
Look.
It's Kia.
K. Can you see that one?
K-I-A.
Yeah,
I
K-I-A.
like the old
Same
logo.
thing.
It's cute.
Yeah, it is. But I'm really impressed with Kia, what they're doing.
It's
I
awesome.
think they're doing a great job.
Well, and to
Chris
talk
talked
to
about
us live about it.
Yeah, and
Freaking
tell us
awesome.
about Ford.
Really
and
cool.
Everything else during the middle of the day on Valentine's Day. Feel really fortunate. I do.
Well, I guess
And,
our money's on Kia then. So
Yeah, and
I guess
if you
the
need
barn
any
door's
help,
not
just
completely
call Ty.
open anymore. We got Kia.
Call Ty.
Yeah.
417.
483-2764.
Yep.
Thanks and have a
That's
great
good.
day. All right.
Well, happy Valentine's Day. Thanks, everybody. Thanks,
Yeah,
Jay.
man.
Appreciate
Happy
you guys
Valentine's Day. Yeah, man. Thank you so much
Appreciate
for
everybody
doing what
out
you
here.
do.
working. I'm working.
Please do say hello. Tomorrow's going to be another bang-up show on Dispatching Live. And then,
I'll be
in
there
Houston?
Friday, yeah. I'll be in Houston Friday.
You'll be in Houston
Be on
Friday.
it.
Awesome.
Recovery. We're going to learn about recovery. I even get to go out at night.
Wow.
I've already
When are you
been
going
told that
down
I get to
there?
go.
Do you drive tomorrow or?
Yeah, I'm going to drive down. I'll probably leave early Wednesday morning.
Oh, that's
So
right.
I'll
Oh,
be
today's
there
Tuesday.
Thursday.
I got my days all mixed up. That's
Yeah,
fine.
tomorrow morning.
Nobody cares.
That'll be good. Yeah, well,
All those times I said tomorrow, I meant Thursday.
duh. All right.
All right.
Hey, and this
a
is
weird
the
week.
Recon shop. Remember over here? We were here.
Yeah.
We went inside here. Before
Yeah.
the show, I went inside. The guys are all using their app, and they're all happy.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't see too
Happy
many.
app users. Yeah, that's
retail
not something
shops
you
that
see
are happy.
very often. No kidding.
All right,
So that's
cool.
pretty
Well,
cool.
thank you,
Awesome.
Jay.
Thanks, man.
All right, have a good one.
All right, you too, buddy. Happy Valentine's Day. All right, cool. It's Dealer Valentine's Day, everybody, on ATI Auto Business. So we did this, special live event during the day deal. Let's see, Thursday. I kept saying tomorrow, but it's Thursday. Thursday's going to be a really interesting show on Dispatching Live. And again, like everything else on ATI, this is not just for this little segment. Even if you're a new car shipper, you will learn something. If you're a vendor, whether you're a carrier, a broker, a tech company, absolutely good information for tech companies. If you're in any way near logistics, if you're a dealer and you think you've got it covered, you've got your load board and you're good to go, you're going to want to watch Thursday's show on Dispatching Live. So there is a lot to know. There are things changing. There are even scams we're now hearing about that we didn't know about. So please do join us on Thursday at Dispatching Live. I'll grab that link one more time. Dispatching Live show. And I even said 2:15, but it's 2:16. It's 2 days from now. I'm all messed up because I'm going live during the day on a Tuesday, and I never do that. All right, well, thanks for taking the time to join us. I just want to thank again Rapid Recon, Ship Your Car Now, Superflow Systems, McCollister's Transportation Group, Ship.Cars. Thank you, Oaks Kia in Kansas City. I shared the link in the live chat. Oaks Kia. Let us know if you have any questions. oakskia.com. Thank you, Chris Damico, special guest today. And thanks, everybody, for taking the time. Happy Valentine's Day. Go do something spontaneous and share the love. Remember, Dealer Valentine's Day. There's a reason why we love the dealer. And if you have any questions about that, let us know. Send me an email, autotransportintel@gmail.com. No show tomorrow. We'll see you Thursday in Dispatching Live. Take care, everybody. Thank you so much. Peace out.